Hello students, welcome to the business studies class. In our previous class relating to chapter 1, we studied about the definition of management, concept of management, and from these concept and definition we understood three important terms that were process, effectiveness and efficiency. Before introducing today's topic, let us have a brief recall of what was understood yesterday. Okay, now the definition given by Sir Harold Knudsen and Heinz Weirich, or the definition given by Sir Robert or Kreitner, we got an idea that they all said that management is a process which helps in achieving the goals of the organization effectively and efficiently. So these three terms, process means it includes the series of management function starting from planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. Similarly, the second term, effectiveness, relates to doing right task correctly. Okay, doing right task. That means it focuses on end result. Then the third, efficiency, relates to doing task correctly with minimum waste, maximum utilization of resources and keeping the cost controlled. Okay, so that is, it relates to cost benefit analysis. So process, you should remember management functions, 5 management functions. Effectiveness, you should remember end result, that is right task to be done. And for efficiency, you should remember cost benefit analysis. That means it relates to achieving the targets with minimum cost and maximum utilization of the scarce available resources. Okay, then we understand the characteristics which were introduced to you in the previous class, but today we can clearly understand the characteristics of management. Wait, I'll just show you the screen. I'll share the screen with you and help you to understand this. Okay, now first characteristics of management states that management is a goal oriented process. Goal oriented process means the activity or the targets or the aim should be clearly stated and they should be in simple language and precise and clear. Okay, the second feature is, just a minute, management is pervasive. When you understand that management is pervasive, that means you should know that it is common to all type of organization, whether the organization is economic or social or political. Okay, see, if I take an example of economic environment, all those business enterprise which are running to earn profit will also require management. Suppose if I take a charitable organization which relates to the social objective, then we say that there also, of course, in order to achieve achieve the social objective or to serve the society, management is required. And political parties also require management. If they are managing their political affairs in proper way, then that party is successful. That means it requires in all type of organization, whether it is economic organization or non-economic organization. Similarly, it is required everywhere, whether it is India or outside India Okay, any country, any place. Okay, then it if you consider the levels of management, then it is required in all three levels of management, that is the top level, the middle level, and the bottom level, but the intensity of the aspect implication is different. Now we move to the third, that is management is multi-dimensional. Why it is said multi-dimensional? Why this feature states that management is multi-dimensional? Because it includes three important aspects: management of work, okay, that management of people, and then management of operation. Work means in a factory a product is manufactured, in garment store a customer need is satisfied, in the hospital patients are treated, in school imparts education, okay, a charitable society is having the focus on serving the society, okay. So in the means whatever type of organization it is, it focuses on its work, and for that good administration or management is required. You see this term management, it means managing. Men means human resource, and T stands for physical resource, things, okay. Next is management of people. You see I am highlighting the word people. Management of people means human resource are the most important resource of any organization, okay. If they have all physical financial resources, but if human resources are not recruited properly, then the task or the aim will not be achieved. Then that is why management is getting work done through people, okay. And the third is management of operation. That means it includes both work and people, whatever the activities are involved in that organization, and the activities of course will require the presence of human force, okay. Then next, this was the third feature. The next is management is continuous process. Why it is said that continuous? It's not that one time only there is a need of management, but suppose planning is done, suppose then organization structure has been designed, staff has been recruited, instructions have been given, controlling function has been performed, but then also if once this sequence has been followed, then also the management has to replan, see the structure, see the requirement of staff, and so on. So this is a continuous function, never ending, and so it's a vicious cycle which continues throughout the lifetime of the organization. Next is fifth, management is group activity. Group activity means requirement of management is needed where teamwork is there. So all these pictures can help you to understand that management is group activity, where the major focus is on integrating individual efforts with group efforts so that the task is achieved, okay. Everyone should remember that the interest of any person lies in the interest of organization, okay. If the goals of the organizations are achieved, then the credit will be shared by the team, okay. So one rises if the organization rises. That is why it is said that management is group activity. Next is management is a dynamic function because it has to continuously adapt to the changing environment. And last, management is an intangible force. It cannot management cannot be seen, but its presence can be felt in the way the organization functions. If the targets are achieved, then you can say that successful management. If employees are happy and satisfied, then it is the sign of successful happiness. If there is no chaos and everything is in order, then it is also a sign of successful management. The next topic is objective of management. Three objectives are there: organizational, social, and personal objective, okay. Organization relates to three: survival, profit, and growth. Survival, whenever an organization is established or a business is started, okay, the first basic requirement it should survive in the ever changing environment. Then after survival only is not enough, then they should have something extra, that is profit, and through this profit it will help them to lead to success. The second is social objectives, means adopting eco-friendly methods of production, giving employment opportunities to the disadvantaged section of society, providing basic amenities like schools and crutches to employees. Okay, then taking care of female employees and so on. So these are social objectives, means care and concern related activities. And the last is personal objectives. Organizations are made up of people who have different personalities, background, experience. Okay, objectives, they all become the part of organization because they want to satisfy their needs. Of course, the needs are different. Some may want good salary, some may want salary plus perks. Okay, then some may want status. Okay, some may require career advancement opportunities. Correct? Some may want recognition, praise, recognition, belongingness feeling. So these are diverse objectives of any individual, which also the management has to look after. So for today's class, this much. Meet you in the next class.